Hello and welcome to This Week in Campbell Football with head coach Mike Menner. I'm Chris Ameyer, and as always, we're powered by our friends at Benson Ford. Coach, it was a dominating 39-9 win at your rival Davidson on Saturday. At least from my eyes up in the booth, it was a pretty complete game, well played by both your defense and offense, and highlighted by a single-game Campbell rushing record, 201 yards by Deshaun Jones.
Well, it was the first time, I believe, all year we've played all three phases come and really play 60 minutes. So it was really good to really see the guys put it together. It was a road game, again, against your in-state rivalry as far as Davidson is concerned. But, you know, it's a thing where, you know, I'm proud of the guys of bouncing back from that tough loss the week before, and they came out really with a lot of energy. They was focused. You know, the rain kind of hurt us in practice, so we didn't get to go out there on Tuesday, but got there on Wednesday, and they really just was professional about the whole week and performed well. You know, you look at the offense, kind of got back to the basics of just running the football, being very efficient in the pass game. I think Cam only missed one pass the whole night, if you take out the spikes. And so he was almost perfect as far as the passing game. And so I thought the offensive line opened up the holes when they had to, and Deshaun was running like a madman. And you know, it's a tough matchup now that you got Blockman that's out there. You know, when you look at those type things, it makes it tough on the defense. And so, you know, defensively, I thought we fell asleep, you know, one time, but, you know, it got some penalties kind of got down there with that. And, you know, we had the special teams turnover. They get the ball back, go deep down the middle of the field, and really was the only part of the game that I felt like, you know, we fell asleep a little bit. It was a miscommunication as far as the coverage was concerned. Anytime somebody running wide open, something going on in the secondary that you want to get fixed, and you know, they did, and came back and really got back to center and then dominated the rest of the game, and that's what you really want to see. So, you know, you got to give your hats off to the football team and the coaches of getting them prepared. We talk about 10 units come into play. So you got all your 9 units as far as the positions is concerned. The 10th unit is the special teams, and every coach got to get their unit to show up, and I thought they did that.
The Campbell offensive line opening up holes for over 300 yards rushing, a single game record for Campbell this year, and the defense holding Davidson to just 3 total yards rushing. Here's the highlights from Davidson.
Joyner stays in and gets the ball running wide side of the field, makes a cut at the hash mark to the far side of the field at the numbers, spins at the 10, carries a man with him to the 5, takes the pile into the end zone for a touchdown. Bryant hands off to Jones again, this time through the left side, into the secondary. He's on the 30, down the near sideline 20, gets a block from Simmons, 10-5, into the end zone for the touchdown. Deshaun Jones, 51 yards. Mitchell on 2nd and 10. Hands off. Keel, nowhere to go. He's dropped for a loss. Craig Millhouse, the snap is good by Danny Dillon. The hold is good. The kick has plenty of leg and is through. Shrunk to 8. Handoff. Jones follows his block, cuts to the inside. He's gone. Down the far side of the field. 20, 10. Touchdown, Deshaun Jones. Bryant on 1st down from the Davidson 40. Back to throw, has plenty of time, is throwing, finds Blockman at the 10, angling towards the pylon, touchdown. Takes the snap. Jones into the end zone for the touchdown. Jones has set the single game rushing record in a game where he has set the single season rushing record. 3rd TD for Deshaun Jones. Mitchell is going to throw a route that Mobley intercepts. Mobley makes a sensational over-the-shoulder grab at the 43. What a play. Campbell beats their rival Davidson in impressive fashion to improve their record to 5-4 on the season, 3-3 in the PFL. Campbell 39, Davidson 9.
The whole offense. I think the offensive line did a great job. I thought we executed, went back to basics, and I thought everything turned out the way it's supposed to turn out as far as the offense is concerned. strong. We're a strong football team. We know that, and really it's about us putting together 2 more weeks, and really that's what I want to see from this football team, and to be able to go and be physical for 60 minutes is really, really good for us, mentally. And so, emotionally, I think it'll help us out.
Had to show that we were mentally tough, and we couldn't have a relapse of what happened a few weeks ago, and at the Butler game and numerous games that we lost down the stretch. So we showed that we're mentally tough. We showed that we could make plays when the time was due for them.
Real good. Just coming out here and showing what I can do. That's all I ever want to do every game, just to prove to people that, I'm a good back and I can really run the ball. So when I do have a chance to make plays, I try to take advantage of every single one of them. All about rhythm, because once you get in that rhythm, it's like you can't be stopped. And you keep chipping at those little runs, even the little 5-yard runs, then you get a little 2-yard run, but you feel another big one coming. It just feels good. Once you get in that rhythm, it's like you just keep going, then you're just going to bust that big one. You're going to bust another big one. So
we love getting a bunch of run yards, and our goal is 186, and I'm just glad that we got Deshaun, however many. I know he broke a school record, and that's what it's all about is O-lineman, getting those rushing yards and, making those guys look special.
Hard to believe just 2 games left in this season, Coach. 2 weeks from now, we will have Senior Day, November 14th, 1 o'clock against Jacksonville. We hope everybody comes out for the final game of the season. But you got the road trip to end all road trips. San Diego, the place where you're going to go, is a great place to be if you're just going there for vacation. It's a little tricky when you're bringing a football team across the country, literally going from coast to coast, Coach. Oh, by the way, San Diego, a very good football team. We'll get to the football team and what happens between the white lines in a second, but how do you get your team and how do you get them acclimated to the West Coast? What is this week like for you guys?
Well, we're going to hope and pray a little bit, and, that'll help. And then we'll fly out on Thursday, so we'll practice here and then fly out Thursday afternoon and get there around Thursday night, somewhere around that time. And, get them in bed and then try to acclimate them the next day. And so the next day will be full of football stuff, so we'll go practice. Then we'll take about 2 hours just to go downtown, let them see San Diego, kind of get their mind off of football stuff. And then we'll come back to the hotel and get some more meetings in and eat and chapel and do the things that we do normally on a Friday night and get them to bed. The thing is, they're probably going to wake up really, really early the next day and try to keep them going as much as we can. I'm thankful it's a 12 o'clock game, so now we can get on the field and wake up and get out there and play some football. So it's going to be a jam-packed 2 days, but again, it's going to be a tough task for us.
What was the hardest part from you? Of course, your long career, successful career with the Carolina Panthers in the NFL. What was the hardest part? Because you guys have made those trips almost the exact same distance when you would go and play West Coast teams.
You know what? I didn't. It didn't bother me, so I don't know. When it's time to play football, I'm ready to play football. I don't care if we playing at 1 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, man. When it was time for the whistle to blow, Mike was ready to go, and so that really didn't bother me any. So I always wonder why people say, man, you're going to be, jet lag if you go there or go here. I don't know what that feels like.
All you have to do is be as mentally tough as this man. You don't even have to worry about that. If it was up to him, he'd fly down there Saturday morning. Well, Coach, and then we joke about that, but you have all that to deal with. And then San Diego this year as well, traditionally one of the best teams in the Pioneer Football League. They just seem to do everything very well.
It's no different than Dayton, Drake, Morehead State. All these guys are really good football teams, and they know who they are. They do what they do, and you just got to play for 60 minutes, which we ready to do, and we prepared to make that happen, and so it's going to be a dog fight, and it's really come down to about 5 plays. Who's going to make those 5 plays, and I tell my guys, expect to be great in those 5 plays, because we don't know which one of you guys is going to be in that moment. Just expect to be the one in the moment, and then when you're there, expect to be great. So that's really our motto, this week, and it's really just focusing on us and getting us ready, and they're going to be ready. We know that, and it's going to be a good game.
If you can't make the 3,000-mile road trip, remember, folks, the game will be at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Video will be available through San Diego and their announcers, but you can listen to us on the Campbell Digital Network starting at 2:45 through GoCamels.com and the Go Camels app. And, of course, we'll have tons of stuff for you on Go Camels about the trip. For head coach Mike Minner, I'm Chris Amar saying so long, and we'll talk to you next week on This Week in Campbell Football.